So I met my biological father when I was 15. My name's Liz, and I'm studying sociology and legal studies. He threatened to kill us, so he had a gun, and I called the cops. And long story short, he went to jail, and I put a restraining order on him, had to testify against him. And when I testified against him was the last day I saw him.
My mom came out of the closet around the same age she divorced, so at the time I was 11, it was really hard to accept all of that at once. My name is Piero Burns. My major is business management economics. I was kind of thrown into the whole bunch, like moving, parents divorcing, mom sharing with me that she's gay, and it was just really weird, like trying to fit in with friends that couldn't relate to that. It was like I was looking for a vent.
I went to numerous group homes. I can't even count how many. Hi, my name is Lou, and I'm a graduate from the Smith Renaissance Society. It was really difficult that you couldn't open up to them, and it was staff, you know. You wanted somebody to care about you, but you were dealing with people that were on an 8-hour shift.
My name is David Burrows. I'm a senior fellow now, and I'm a history major. I was living in Seattle at the time, and I knew my dad was living in Arizona, and his health was like kind of deteriorating, and his personal habits and stuff like that definitely weren't like getting any better. I definitely thought about what I would say to him, and we ended up flying and having a layover in Las Vegas. And in Las Vegas, my mom got a phone call from the hospital saying that he passed away. From pretty much that point on, I just remember everything around me seemed totally unimportant.
I don't know, it affects me still right now because that was the last time I saw him. And me and my mom's relationship is no longer. My mom blamed me. She called me, a whole bunch of names and blamed me for putting my dad in jail. And I was such a selfish, other words and stuff like that. She just told me to get out with the clothes on my back. That's all I would have. No books for school, not my cheer uniform, nothing. So I walked. It was a summer day. I walked to my friend's house, who lived an hour away, and told her if I could stay. She said, yeah. It was really embarrassing because I had to use her clothes. I had to, use her clothes for a while so I can save up money for my own clothes. If I didn't have the relationship with my principal or my high school counselor or other staff members in my high school, I don't think I would ever have been here either.
The children's shelter at that time, you get taken from your parents and the police pick you up and you're so emotional and you feel like the world is crashing down on you, and the police officer puts you in the back of the car, and so you felt like a criminal. And they drive you up to the children's shelter, and at that time there was barbed wire and it was a locked facility. It had a gate code, and to get in it was it looked like jail. I thought I was going to jail. School wasn't important to me. Surviving was. I had 2 children, and I was really scared of being a bad parent. I didn't have any examples to follow. I didn't want to be the parents that my parents were, and I wanted to be a good parent. So I thought, oh, I'll just take some child development classes at the community college. And you go in there and they ask you if you graduated high school, and I lied, and I said, yeah, sure.
I got into a lot of fights. I was charged with assault and vandalism and just other things as well, and violation charges. And I didn't have a say anymore on where I wanted to be and where I wanted to be thrown into. They just threw me into a foster care system. It was just really difficult to find a home for me that people were understanding and legitimate, and actually a foster parent, a legitimate foster parent, instead of just kind of, yeah. Probation and foster care system kind of hardened me with different trust issues, and I felt like I had to make my own way through it. I didn't really fail any classes until the last semester of high school, and actually I had to do summer school. I didn't graduate in my class. I didn't walk with the people at the stage, and it was really difficult to find out what I wanted to be or what I wanted to do right after high school. I mean, it's hard for anybody that's out on their own. And I already aged out of the system, so I had to find my own place. And I saw a lot of friends through MySpace and such and how they're having a great time at college. I'm just like, you know what, I kind of want to do that. So for UC Santa Cruz, I applied after being at the JC for 4 years. I kept switching majors, I didn't know what to do. And so I felt like I really earned my way here with not only my grades, but just my story in general, just my journey allowed me to be here.
Education is something that I had some continuity with, like my dad, and I was like, well, you know, my dad really enjoyed these types of books and like learning about these types of subjects, and like it's something that I think would make him proud and something that like I feel like I could do that would benefit myself. Never really been here before, so me and my friend took like a day trip, and it was a rainy day, and I know like campus around here is pretty empty when it's raining. So we drove up here, we drove through campus. I didn't see like anyone at all. It was like a completely empty campus, and going away I said, no, I'm not going there. I had no communication with my mom. I was receiving like my dad's Social Security benefits, but that was pretty much it. I had to get a dependency override, which is like one of the biggest like hurdles for me going to college or getting financial aid. And that required me going to a financial aid advisor and proving that I was independent. And so I walked into Cheryl's office and I kind of talked to her about like what was going on in my life, and like I had all these documents, and she just like, I feel like every time I see Cheryl, I just wanted to give her like a big hug, and like, you know, she ended up like talking to me and telling me that like, you know, it's really possible for me to go to college, and that this is really like Santa Cruz has this really awesome like community and group of people and friends that are like all together and help support you through college and in many more ways than like one. So I was really excited after that, and pretty much like even though I didn't want to go to Santa Cruz at first, like that was kind of like a deciding factor in why I like ended up coming here.
I got the email from Cheryl Prazo talking about the Smith Renaissance Society. It said, you know, pretty much there's other students just like myself, and there was no other questions asked of where I was going.
I met Bill last year at the Smith Renaissance Society, and it was really cool. It was just like a huge community that I could work with, and it wasn't just a scholarship program, it was just like a big support group.
My first quarter, I struggled, and everybody else was like, yeah, go ahead, go part-time, go ahead and take a break, do whatever you need. And Bill just, you know, gave me the hard line and just said, no, you've come this far, you need to keep on going. I needed a push, and I continued. I graduated with highest honors. I
went to some of these kickoff meetings, and I met a bunch of people. I didn't really know any of them, and I was kind of shy or whatever, so maybe I like, you know, hung out in the back or like didn't really say much. And I realized after my first year, everyone kind of knew that like you were a unique person, that you've like been through your own unique situations, and like it doesn't matter like what anyone else has gone through. It's like, but everyone can like kind of relate and like understand each other at like a deeper level. And I thought that's what I like felt was most, that was pretty, you know, powerful and pretty like helpful through my 4 years.
My invitation to you is have a dream for your life, realize that you don't have to be on your own, and you too can have a group of friends who will help you move forward toward discovering what your mission is in this world.
Sky is gray, but I'm dancing in the rain.
Currently, I'm working on a big project together with Smith, and it's called College Camp, but College Camp for Juvenile Hall. Every day, I still wish that me and my mom could have a relationship, so I just look forward to it today.
What I really want to try is getting a accounting job with a music industry. Working in the music industry, because I always love music. It's always a big influence in my life. I just feel like that's where I want to be.
What does my future hold? Well, my son is 18, he's going to college. My daughter is 17, so I'm feeling like, wow, I'm free now. I can actually focus on me. And I'd really like to go to law school.
I'm taking the LSATs in December, and I feel like Gary's help and Bill's help and Cheryl and Amy's like everlasting help is always going to be there and always going to be like an important part of like the direction that I have for myself and like the direction I give to other people.
That's the story.